Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to the farm. What you are looking at here is a truck that we are now proudly 50% owners of. Where to start here, guys? I don't really know. We've got a lot going on. I apologise if there's a bit of wind noise. It's pretty windy and horrible out here at the moment, but yeah, there's the new rig. We are missing half of it. That's at the other owner's house at the moment, so we got to find a bit of a home for this bad boy in that shed there at some stage here shortly. So I guess we will start at the back here. This is set up as a full matching Freightmaster road train set, but it can be operated as a B double or a road train. So this is a sliding A trailer. So basically the back section of this trailer slides out and there's a turntable there which you can sit your back trailer on. But because we've got a dolly under the back trailer, this is now set up as a road train. So we can take, we're thinking under mass management, we're going to be able to take about 57, maybe 58 tons with this thing. So wow, she is a fair old beast. And I guess I won't say too much more about these. They're just tippers. They're going to have to go have a roadworthy done on them so we can get them registered and that sort of thing. So there'll be a few little bits and pieces that will need to be done here, but what you see is what you get. They're tippers. And up the front here, we've got the mighty Western Star 4800 FX. Pretty mean looking machine, very tidy truck. I can't remember what year it is. I think it's a 2016. I'd have to just double check that. Got the big square tanks there, nice and shiny. She's looking absolutely mint. Don't want to put it on any dirt, that's for sure at the moment. But it is powered by a mighty 600 horse Cummins. So pretty hard to come by a truck, Western Star like this with a Cummins in it, but we managed to get our hands on one, and wow, that's a whole lot of truck, guys. So I guess we'll climb up inside, have a little bit of a squiz in there. We'll show you guys that, and then we might get into a few of the details of how this has all come about and what exactly is going on here. All right, I think that's a pretty good view of the dash there. So, I mean, as you can see, it's just, she's a very clean truck. It really is very nice. It's kind of a dream. It's kind of like when we bought that tractor home last year. She's just a beautiful machine, and I can't believe that this is kind of eventuated. So we do have a bit of a bunk in the back. Not that we necessarily needed a bunk, but it's still very handy nonetheless. I love this window in the back here if you're reversing onto a trailer or something like that. So we got the Visa cooler as well in here, and yeah, she's just a really clean truck. Absolutely stoked. So there's a whole range of emotions going on inside my head at the moment, and it's excitement, but it's also nerves, a lot of nerves, because we're going down a new road business-wise. There's a fair bit of debt involved here. But on the flip side of that, it's kind of easy to justify because we're forking out, between me and Dad, on an average year, we got to be going somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000 in freight, and so it makes sense to be making repayments on something of our own with that money. And at the end of it, we're going to end up with our own truck and our own tippers. So look, it's daunting, but it's also very exciting. So overall, look, we're very happy with our purchase. How can you not be happy with, you know, something like this sitting in our driveway? I think we got pretty good value across everything that we bought. The tippers are the tippers, nice set of alloy tippers. They hold their value. We need them to move grain and fertiliser and gypsum and lime and all that sort of thing. So, you know, we're pretty happy there. Both parties involved have definitely had a conversation about, oh, did we overcook it a bit on the truck side of things? But at the end of the day, if you were to spend 100 grand on a truck, you really don't get you don't get a lot of truck. You'll get a decent enough looking truck, but it's going to have a lot of Ks on it. And what's your reliability going forward on something with, you know, 1 million plus Ks on it that maybe hasn't had any engine work or rebuild history or anything like that? So we pushed a bit harder with the truck. Hopefully this thing's going to be good for many, many years to come, and it also means that we were able to get much better finance options with a newer truck. So yeah, it's pretty wild. So guys, now to the elephant in the room. What is going on here? What's the details? How have you come to making this decision? You said you're 50% owner of this truck. How's this decision been made? And look, that is true. We are 50% owners of this truck. This is a collaboration going forward between me and another farm to the east side of town, my mate Luke. It's a collaboration between our farms. You'll see more of Luke as we go forward into the future. I'll I'll just ease him into the camera though for now. So look, I'm just going to walk around. I'm just going to try and shoot it straight to you guys, straight from my mind, straight into the camera. I feel like I can concentrate a bit better when I'm walking around, when I'm not just staring at the camera lens. Let's see if I can stutter and fumble my way through this. But what has led to this decision? We'll talk about a few points. What, you know, how have we come to this decision? So there's farm situation, farm size, rising cost of machinery, rising cost of inputs, and labour. So that's the things that we're thinking about when we made this decision. So we'll talk about farm situation, farm size first. Both of our cropping programs are very, very similar in size, so it's an easy fit from that perspective. They are a little bit different system to us. They run a stripper front and a disc seeder. We're traditional tine seeder, traditional harvest. So seeding programs are going to continue as usual. Seeding is a little bit different anyway, because you tend to be able to pick a date with seeding and you work your way through the program. Harvest time is the crunch time. Everything you have done during that season leads up to harvest. So you want to get that crop off as quickly as you can. So this is a harvest collaboration. We're pooling our machinery and our labour together to try and get that crop off as quick as we possibly can and help each other out at the same time. So farm situation, very similar again. Father-son operation, father-son operation. I think Luke's dad's already retired, but does still help out at the busy times of the year. My dad's not getting any younger. He's not really interested in the cropping and machinery side of things. I'm not interested in the sheep side of things. So they don't run any sheep. They've gone purely cropping now as well. So we're a great fit from that perspective. And like I said, we can, if I wanted to try and run this farm on my own, I'm going to farm myself to death going forward into the future, basically. And I don't want to do that. I want to continue farming. I want to enjoy it. And we're in the same boat. Neither of us really want to employ anyone to help out, because generally if we're cropping, it's going to be seasonal employment. We're not that big, we're not huge farmers. We don't typically have work. I wouldn't typically have work for someone all year round. So, and seasonal employment can be challenging. It can be difficult because you're getting people who are often inexperienced. You're dealing with extremely expensive equipment. And like when it comes to getting a crop in and out of the ground, you typically get one shot at it. Everything you do during the year leads to harvest. You need as much help as you can during harvest to try and get that crop off as efficiently and as smoothly as possible. So I'm a qualified mechanic, he's a qualified welder, boilermaker, whatever you want to call. So we've both got trades under our belt. There's a lot of things that really fit nicely about doing this, and we're going to roll with our header. We are overcapitalised with our equipment. Our header should be covering twice the country that it does. It doesn't make sense to have machinery sitting in the shed that you are not using as efficiently as possible. And that's another thing, machinery ownership. What do I see going forward into the future with machinery ownership? It gets harder and harder every year, and like right now the way we're operating is, look, we've upgraded a lot of stuff over the last few years and it's great, but it's taken a record-breaking run to do it. We've had barring last year, the 3 years before that were probably 3 of the best years we've ever seen on this farm. And so when's that going to happen again next? What do? We just farm until we wear something out and then we go, oh yeah, we got a good year, we replace it. We never realise the cost of replacing that machinery, and it's better to run as efficiently as you can and try and recognise some of the cost of that machinery every year. We just don't do that. We're bad at doing that. There's probably a lot of smaller farms that are bad at doing that. I think bigger farmers who change equipment over regularly and have things on finance, they realise that cost every single year. And that's probably a better business model in a way, because we're just going, well, we put the crop in and we harvest it and we end up with this much money, but we're not really thinking all the time about how much our machinery costs to change over. And honestly, a farm our size, I don't see there being a future with continuing to buy machinery the way we are, or at the costs and the levels that this stuff is reaching at the moment. It's just, I don't really see I just don't see a future there. When I look forward, I just think we're going to get priced out of the market. We're going to get pushed out of the market. These farms are getting so huge nowadays. And so we can put both of our harvests together and hopefully we can make owning machinery, harvest equipment much more sustainable going into the future. So yeah, I don't know what the thoughts are on this in the wider farming community, but I feel like for the smaller or mid-sized farmers, we're probably going to be seeing a lot more of this collaboration type stuff going forward into the future. I think if you can find the right person to do it with, that it's a really awesome way to just remain viable and sustainable going forward into the future. I don't want to wake up one day and have to palm all this work off as contract work because I can no longer afford the equipment or anything like that. I'd love, you know, any of my children one day, should they so choose, they can come back and get the opportunity to do all this stuff. It's awesome. Farming is a great job, and it's wildly unpredictable and it's tough, but man, I'm just grateful every day for the opportunity. It's really awesome. But with all that being said, the sprayer is back on its 4 legs. Absolutely beautiful. Got a few jobs left to do on here, a few panels to put on, get some grease into it, we'll get the boom folded out, get some filters cleaned up. So this is my project for the rest of the day today, and look, man, I'm happy to see this thing back. What do you got for me?
Some spicy pizza. Are you gonna have some food?
Yeah, I have some spicy pizza, thanks.
It's fresh.
What do you got? Oh, yum, that does look spicy too.
Yeah.
It's red. And we're out of grease. You want to have a look in the new truck?
Oh my goodness! Don't you like the new truck, Mama?
She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Where?
What do you think, Navy?
Are you gonna take me where?
Not good?
What do you think of the new truck? Hold on,
It's a
look.
dark, dingy prison, is it?
She's just like, what is this?
Oh, you weren't keen to hop up.
What do you think of the new truck?
Good.
Oh my goodness!
Please, let me take me for a while.
What do you do when you see?
What do you do when you see a truck? Show us. Show us.
Honk honk!
There really is nothing like bringing home new equipment to the farm. Yeah, I just wanted to place an order for some diesel for on-farm delivery.
Alright, when did you need them delivered by?
Oh, just as soon as you can get it over here. It's not particularly urgent, but yeah. So the dealer did come out yesterday, I think it was. In the end, they took off a couple of these main oil lines here and they put an extra set of filters in here, and then they took it for a drive just to clean up any crap that might be in the lines from potentially that wheel motor that we had rebuilt. Now, they said there was just a little bit in there, not much at all. They weren't overly concerned about it, so they've done that. Now, the only problem right now is there's a bit of trouble at the ranch. I don't know if you guys can see that oil running down the wheel motor there from that fitting. You can see it's dripping down onto the wheel here. So I did muck with these fittings here when I was putting it back together, and I'm assuming I need a new O-ring on there. So look, I got a few panels off this thing at the moment to wash down the engine bay, so I might as well try and fix that oil leak there before I go and wash anything, and then she'll be a good thing. But yeah, this thing should have been running a week ago, but they came over with that filter kit and it had different size fittings on it, because this is a smaller, like the baby of the nitros basically. These hoses and that are a bit smaller than what they're used to. They don't see too many of these small ones, so they had to order in some more fittings, and anyway. The whole thing's been an absolute saga, let's be honest. It should have been running ages ago. Well, a bit of fiddling around and I think I've got an O-ring on there that fits, but we'll whack this back on and see how it looks. Alright, well that's sorted, so we might reverse this thing out and fold the boom down, grease the boom, do all that, then we might take it around the other side. I got those covers off, give it a bit of a wash off, take the filters out of the boom here and give those a clean as well. And anyway, you guys will see. We'll just give her a quick spin and make sure that oil leak I fixed is all good. They're pretty clean. Ah, no. Now they're not. We'll give them a clean out while we're here anyway. Alright, I've done my 5 boom filters. I only filmed 3 because, you know, can't get too carried away. This is the last one. I've already done a couple of the other ones the other day, but this one here is a freshwater pickup, I think. Ah, man, that's tighter than a twigger. Oops, there we go. That's only freshwater, guys, so don't worry, but I did put lube on that last time I put it on. I can see it there, so I don't know why it was so tight. Oh yeah, we'll give it a little wash out while we've got him out. There's a bit of crud in there. I have lubed it. I have definitely lubed it, so hopefully it's easier to get out next time. Alright, there we go. It's hard enough to get in there, let alone get out. Now, it's not every day we've got this cover off, the doors off, and one of these roof panels off, so while we've got them off, we'll give this thing a bit of a birthday. Bit of a short day with some truck stuff going on and an update for you guys, but it's time to knock off, so I'm going to leave this video here. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching the videos. We really do appreciate it. If you want to support the channel or you want to see more videos, just consider liking and subscribing because that really helps us out. You guys have yourselves a good one. Until next time, see ya.